Yo, welcome everyone. So here we are. Bleach, the Thousand-Year Blood War continues with episode 28, I believe. So I don't know, man. Like I'm ready to see more of the changes that Kubo has in store for us with this anime adaptation of the final arc of the manga. So you don't know. I'm not gonna lie, this month is crazy, hectic, and exciting. I mean, from Sparking Zero to Daima, and just a number of things are just going on at the same time here. It's actually crazy. But anyway, be sure to leave a like, comment, let me know your thoughts on this episode of Bleach. So let's just get right into it. Ooh. This is new. Ooh, okay, so that is new. If I'm interpreting the scene right, that would mean that Yhwach would have existed before and then he was sent to Earth. It's kind of like how it really has this religious kind of motif. Like how, Jesus, I would assume, would have existed in heaven before and then he, came to Earth, virgin birth. I'm assuming, or I think it's implied that's kind of like what happened there. He would have existed in the primordial world before the realms were actually split, and after they were split, then he was sent to Earth. If I'm interpreting that right. Mods. Yeah, man hopes that him get like some extra scenes in this, man. Him and Ishin. Yes, that's what I was saying. I think it's royally accepted. Ooh, that's a nice pan there. That Ishin and Ru can need some extra scenes. Well, no shit. I mean, like, let's be honest here, dog. Like, what other reason would we be here, even if you couldn't see the future? Let's go! Yo! Yhwach soft spoiling the anime only, just honestly. Yeah. Yo. Yeah. Yo, additional fight scenes. This we are talking about, brother. Did he deactivate the Almighty? Yo. Oh, buds. Let's go. Ichigo! Yo, that's your son Dragon Ball Z watch, dog. Yo. Yeah. I like that they use that same move that they used on him first time. Stop it, dog. Juji show. Yo, man, like this make Ichigo look. Ooh, and then them pan the Juji show. Yo, dog. Mods. I like what they did there with Ichigo in the middle of the Juji show. It's like, the brightest star for all to see. that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Alright, man, so time to bring out the foolishness now. The hacks, the bullshit. Yo, that's wild. Ooh. Ow. Ooh, so they actually even give him a name. I didn't yes. Okay, okay, cool. Alright, fresh. This was so wild to hear back in the day. Of course, I'm the main character. Hey, man, I'm saying, you know, let's see that I can see the future. Shit. But like, oh, they put the seed, bad knowledge that this man is just everything. Oh my god, I just find that funny. Alright, so let's be honest. Bleach the Thousand Year Blood Wars anime adaptation has got to be a nice and massive improvement from the manga version of events, because I mean, coming into this core, we knew what was going to be, in the sense that this, well, manga readers I would assume knew that this core has a lot of fighting, and as a result of that has more room for added material. And it's just episode 2, and it feels like these little to major additions compared to the manga adaptation are just helping things to just flow a lot smoother. It feels like, well, not it feels like, it definitely gives the audience, if you're a manga reader coming from, that, reading, a better appreciation of what the antagonists, the villains, are trying to accomplish in the grand scheme of things. It, to me, when I read it, at least from what I can remember, so don't quote me here or take what I'm saying, at least right here with a grain of salt, is that it didn't really feel like I got an appreciation, and even then, for what Yhwach was trying to really accomplish until the end of the manga, right? with the anime adaptation, it feels almost totally different, where even at this stage it feels like I'm getting a decent appreciation for, you know, what he's trying to accomplish, probably his feelings on the matter, and, you know, why he would be so upset with the Soul King and trying to, you know, create this quote unquote new world, given that, you know, even with the additional material there were actually two Quincy Wars, you know, back in the past. So it just seems like the anime adaptation, thanks to Kubo and the studio, are doing Yhwach's work, are doing the Soul King's work on this one. Honestly, this episode really, it just worked, and I'm always a fan of getting like additional fight scenes, like extended fight scenes, and getting to see Ichigo kind of flex against Yhwach a bit. Yeah, yo, that exchange was awesome. Not gonna lie, it was clean, smooth. Love the choreography. Love how, you know, they had the camera panning in certain aspects, especially that scene with Ichigo doing the Getsuga Juji show, and then they have him in the middle of the Juji show after it's done. Awesome work. And even the whole subtle addition of, oh, he actually deactivated the Almighty, and I was like, is that like a animation like error? But no, that was totally intentional. So that was cool to kind of give Ichigo, you know, logically a chance to actually go up against Yhwach. So that was cool. But it was all curtains after it after Yhwach activated, no, reactivated the Almighty. So that was cool there in the grand scheme of things. Now, again, part of the major reason why this actually flows a lot better than the manga, of course, is the additional lore tidbits. Naturally, I mean, seeing that flashback without dialogue of, you know, what seems to be Yhwach present at the splitting of the worlds, and then him seemingly being sent or transported or reincarnated into the world of the living, essentially. So it's those little tidbits. Well, between that and getting the name of the Soul King, which is pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. It seems like something simple, but all these little additions definitely add up for almost fresh and new experience when it comes on to this final arc of Bleach. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, so it's pretty cool. So again, even with that additional tidbit of Yhwach being sent or whatever the case may be, but, you know, being born into the world of the living but existed in the primordial world before it was split into Hueco Mundo, the world of the living, and Soul Society, it just all comes together to add up to say, okay, yes, I can, even if I don't agree with Yhwach, even if I don't really, still don't really feel like, how, what's a good example? Even if I don't see where he's like fully coming from, I get an emotional resonance with him. Like, okay, like a Pain from Naruto is like, oh shit, you're Pain of a point, no, can't see where I come from. But at least with this now, you can still say, okay, you can get an appreciation for the frustration that Yhwach must have been going through all this time. So yeah, it's not to the level of Pain type of like empathize and sympathize with, but it's definitely like 2 or 3 steps up from how the manga, you know, portrayed things, and of course due to time constraints and Kubo's health and all that jazz and blues. So again, I'm glad that, you know, the Thousand Year Blood War anime adaptation, it is like Kubo and the studio working together are definitely improving the quality of this final arc. So definitely that. And of course, by the end there, of course, I'm kind of hoping that they expand on the whole, you know, Ichibe saying, "Oh, you guys can't win," but that's what peace is all about. Just to hear more of his thoughts on that, in terms of that's what peace is all about. I would love to hear more on that. Hopefully, Kubo extends on that, for the coming episodes. Hopefully, and of course, even Ichigo, seemingly they're giving more details to say, okay, yeah, Ichigo actually, well, we saw it for ourselves, but since Ichigo didn't really talk on it or say anything about it, it was kind of hard to say that what really happened or how he really felt about that. When he was going through the whole training, he's walking through the corridor and getting those flashes of the Soul King. So apparently, Yuhan's confirming that, you know, Ichigo got a understanding of what the Soul King went through and that he's basically a sacrifice, etc., etc. But it's interesting that we don't really get to hear Ichigo's thoughts on it. But maybe his actions are an answer, like enough of an answer to say, okay, whatever, I agree with this. Who knows? So, all in all, this is a solid episode of Bleach. I definitely loved it. The additional fight scenes between Yhwach and Ichigo, the additional lore tidbits, with, you know, Yhwach and the Soul King's name, etc., etc. And of course, by the end there, we have Ichigo himself being the one to end the Soul King because of his Quincy blood. Again, I found it funny that, and you correct me if I'm wrong, but that little line of dialogue that Yhwach mentions, that to break the Soul King seal, he needed somebody that was like a complete aggregate of all the races in Bleach. I don't think that line of dialogue was in the manga. I could probably go and double check, but after this, like it's serious, but not that serious. But I'm going to definitely double check that and see. But yeah, that was interesting as well. But all things considered, all the additions have really got me appreciating and loving this final arc even more. But anyway, let me know what you thought. If you're a manga reader, how do you rate the changes, and how do you think said changes have improved your appreciation for the story? Because that is the major thing coming out of this episode, honestly. And I know that we've had changes to the story, or more so additions to the story before, but at this point it feels like it's just, you can taste the appreciation that the changes bring, or the additions bring. So yeah, anyway, Sandra Chia, let me know what you think. Hope you guys are having an awesome Sunday. Of course, check out my Sparking Zero stream and video. More coming with that. And stay tuned for more Bleach, Dragon Ball Daima. Yo, all sorts of things going on. So, yeah. Anyway, I've rambled on long enough. So, I'll see you in the next Bleach! Couldn't end the video without it.